Hi, my name's Ruth, and I guess I'd say that my sense of God's calling on my life has been with me since I was a child. Of course, I didn't have the words to talk about it then. I would probably have said something like, I knew in my heart that God was asking me to spend my life in God's service. By the time I left school, I did know that what God was calling me to do was to be a priest one day, but I definitely didn't feel ready for it then. And some days, if I'm honest, it still feels a little bit that way. By the time I was 30, the calling to priestly ministry was getting stronger and more urgent in my life. It felt like God was holding out a hand to me, inviting me onto the right path, if only I had the courage to reach out and to take it. By then I was working as a lawyer in a job that I loved and that I was doing really well in, but it was as though there was a trail of breadcrumbs scattered across my life. The conversations I was having with my close friends, even occasionally conversations with people who didn't know me very well, who prompted me to think about ministry. Passages of scripture that spoke into my heart at just the times that I needed to hear them, and some experiences of real closeness and intimacy with God in prayer. By following these breadcrumbs, I ended up on the path towards ministry. And after many months of wrestling with what that was going to mean for me and for my life, I screwed up all my courage and I spoke to the curate of our ministry area over coffee after church one Sunday morning. I was so nervous about what she was going to say, but she was excited, she was pleased for me, and she was so supportive and enthusiastic about the journey that I was on. In conversations with her, in conversations with the other priests in our ministry area, and later with the diocesan discernment and vocations team, I was able to explore what it was that I was thinking and feeling, what it was that I felt that God was calling me to, the questions God was asking me in my life. It's been about 5 years since that first conversation, and I'm now halfway through my training for ordained ministry. If I could say one thing to you, if you feel that God is calling you, it's take heart, take courage, then take the plunge and talk to somebody about it. I know how frightening and scary that first conversation is, but the reassurance from me is that the journey that conversation started was a wild and beautiful one, further and deeper into the mystery of God's love for me and for the whole of creation. Answering God's call in my life has been a blessing and an honour. It's brought me freedom and it's brought me real peace, and I hope and pray that it will do the same for you.